Alright. Screen is shared, recording's going. Okay, cool. So for our first Python assignment 0101, the first four bullet points of the assignment state that if it's not according to those four conditions, then you fail the assignment. So here are the first four items that I have in my assignment. So my name is Ian Huck. The date is January 14th, 2026. The honor statement, which states I have not given or received any unauthorized assistance on this assignment. And then the YouTube link, which I don't have now because I'm recording. I'll put it in when I submit the assignment. So I started off this assignment by writing the function that gets the integers, but the way that the editor has it like set up, the way I set it up is it answers yes or no questions first, because if any of these don't aren't according to what I've written here, we fail the assignment. So I'm gonna explain that first. So I also have the function to find the graded assignment, and then this is the doc string, which just explains what the function is intended to do. So yeah, so our first condition. So the first condition is the is the assignment submitted as a .py file. So that's what I have right here. We have the input, which allows me to input yes or no, and then this is what it says: was the assignment submitted as a single uncompressed .py file, yes or no? Now, obviously, the strip and then the lower right here returns it. So it's like if I type in capital YES, it still knows what it's doing. And then this just gets rid of the white space. So if I have like a space or something, um, the function still works. It doesn't have to be perfectly yes or no. So I'll even demonstrate that right now. So if I go like Y, capital ES, it still knows what it's saying. It still bounces to the second condition. And if it's not a yes right here, like if it doesn't satisfy this condition right here, that's what it still recognizes it. And if I say no, it's going to print the assignment was not submitted as a single .py file, the score is 0. So if this is not a yes, the entire assignment's failed. And that's pretty much the logic of the rest of the four conditions. It's the same thing, but I'll walk through it. And then we have the name date variable input to the assignment include the author's name date, yes, no. Once again, the white space right here, and then the lowercase. So it doesn't have to be like a simple yes, no. And then obviously if it fails, return 0. Is the honor statement included? Yes. Yada yada yada. Okay. It's just the same thing with these four conditions. These four right here. So I'm gonna just click yes because I've included everything. That just demonstrates that it still works and it still returns a yes to the assignment, including honor statement. Go even do space to understand the dot strip right here. Yes. Yes. Oh, and then yes. And if I say no right here, it'll say you fit like you get a 0 for the assignment. But we're not gonna do that. Okay, cool. And then the second function right here, I gotta wash my mouth, asks for the grade. So the while true loop means that if I don't put an integer, let's say I put like a 3.14 or the word hello, it's gonna keep on returning this prompt right here because that's what it does when it errors. So the while true, make sure it keeps repeating. I do have the value, and then that equals the input plus the prompt. But right here, this is a string. This would return a string because like I would have to put it in as a string. What the try does right here, make sure that it returns an integer. right there. So let's say I put in the word hello. It's gonna error and then respond with please enter a valid integer. And then since this is like a string, I'm gonna put in the word or the integer 10 or the string 10, but it still works. Actually, no, it doesn't. Okay, cool. So usually you'd have to put in a string, but this right here, make sure that you have to put in an integer. I need to correct this. So 10. And then where's gonna give myself 10 out of 10 is for you to do. Cool. So this block of code works with all this. And then obviously I have my variables which go according to the assignment. So the code has to be correct, it has to be elegant, hygiene, and then these are the prompts that I have written in my editor right here. So these are the functions. These functions call this function right here. And then grade assignment calls this function right here. And obviously this makes sure like the if underscore name underscore main, make sure that I'm able to run the code. We know this. And then one more thing too is the late. So if I submit the assignment late, which is what I already have right here, I have something for that. So was the assignment late? Let's just say I did submit the assignment late, and that's right in my editor. So yes. How many hours late was the assignment? We'll go 3 hours. And then right here, I have the penalty, like I have an algebraic expression right here. So this is the formula for calculating the late penalty. And then I have the total score too, which allows that to be factored in case I submit it late. So that says it right there. All right.